So let's explain human design to our audience who may be uninitiated. Maybe they've never heard about it before. Maybe they're familiar with the term but don't know what it means. Maybe they've even done the assessment and they know what their human design is. Um, Explain it to us as if it's 101, human design 101.
Absolutely. And so I'm going to explain what it is and isn't in the same context, because I think it's important, because even you setting up the question, you said a word I want to pull out and dispel. It is not an assessment.
Right.
And what I mean by that is when we take an assessment, it's a series of questions that we answer that are very subjective. I mean, honestly, it's based on the quality of the questions. It's based on, did I have my coffee this morning? It's based on where I'm at in my life. And so assessments can change over time. Human design is an energetic blueprint of a snapshot in time. So it's a function of your time of birth, location of birth, and date of birth. So looking at whatever was happening energetically at that time, it's an imprint or a blueprint of that moment. So your human design doesn't change how you experience your human design. And so there's a little nuance there. The most simplified, so it's an operating system. It's basically a mechanical operating system of how you are here to operate in the world. And notice how I said how. It's not what you are, and it's not who you are, which is a big sort of discernment. There's a lot of people like, oh, so I'm this, and think it's another box to put that. No, you get to decide who you are. It is strictly a function of how you operate optimally and in alignment versus where you're creating extra struggle and stress and like all the things. And on the most simplistic level, if you've seen the movie Soul, the Pixar movie Soul with Jamie Foxx, there's a scene where he sort of signs his soul contract in the air, and then he waits in line for the portal to open so that he can go in the world and be a jazz musician. That's your human design. You sign a soul contract, you wait 88 astrological degrees, and then the portal opens to give you what you need to live out that soul curriculum. In the more complex, I would say it's that movie plus Inside Out, plus the entire Matrix series, plus the movie, plus Kung Fu Panda 2 and 3, plus Wayne Dyer's The Shift, maybe the Never-Ending Story, all playing at the same time simultaneously, and somehow it makes sense.
Oh my God. So it sounds like human design is tied to astrology. Is that true?
Yes, there are components of astrology that are brought in. They are different modalities. Astrology has its own space. Human design does bring in both Eastern and Western philosophy or astrology. It also brings in the I Ching, which is the 64 hexagrams, the Chinese I Ching. It brings in the Judaism, the Kabbalah, the tree of life. It brings in the chakra system, and then it brings in quantum mechanics, quantum physics, and epigenetics. So it's a more holistic approach of how all those things play to give you a mapping of how you're here to operate in alignment with your soul curriculum.
Awesome. So it's how to optimize how you show up in the world.
100%.
Really?
Yeah.
Based on.
Well, I was just going to say, so think about it in terms of how you work, rest, and play best, how you interact in the world with others, how you nourish and feed your body, how you play, how you create, how you manifest. All of the hows live within inside your human design.
I love the how.